Hello everyone, how is everyone doing today? I am getting ready to go to work and I am going to put the Sweet Peach palette to bed for a little bit, and this time I'm going to be blogging about the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. This is probably my favorite of all the Naked palettes. I have to say I have not tried the original yet. I've tried the Naked 2, the Naked Smoky, and the Naked Ultimate Basics I own. I just haven't used it yet. But this is the Naked 3 is kind of like the rose gold palette. So like the Naked 1 is very neutral. The Naked 2 is a little bit more of the paler, even more neutrals. This is like the rose gold edition. And there's a lot of pretty looks that can be created with this palette. And I'm going to show you my go-to, like whenever I'm wearing a pink top or a purple top, it's kind of like my go-to look that to use this palette with. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean. So as always, you're going to want to start by priming your eyelids. I use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I forgot what it was called for a minute. So I'm going to take this concealer and I'm going to just put it on my eyes, and then I'm going to take this white eyeshadow right here. This is the color Strange in the palette, and it's just a white. There, now you can see it better. And I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush, and this is just to kind of set the concealer or the primer. Even if you use an actual eye primer, like the Smashbox primer is really good, the Urban Decay primer is good, the Benefit Stay Don't Stray is really good as well. But whatever primer you use or concealer, you're going to want to set that with some kind of powder. So I just kind of use the white eyeshadow to set it, and it just helps everything blend very smoothly. And it gives, it kind of gives my eyes kind of a base to work from when doing the rest of my makeup. So then after I got them primed, I'm going to take this Limit color right here, which is like a very light purple. The sunlight's like glaring in my window, so you can't really see. There we go. Right, this color right here, which is like a light purple, and I'm going to put that in my crease like such. And I really hate the glare of the sunlight. I cannot seem to get good lighting right now. And this is the lighter color, so it can go up a little bit higher. So you're going to want to use a really fluffy brush for that. So, and there, just kind of stick that in the crease. And then I am going to take this Nooner color right there, which is kind of like a darker version of the color I had in my crease, and I'm going to bring that down and put that kind of on the lid, like so, like that. And I'm still using a fluffy brush for this, but I'm kind of keeping it a lot more precise, and I'm almost like patting it on, and then I'm going to kind of blend up rather than just kind of putting it everywhere like I did with the first color. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. So again, just kind of pat and go from one end of your eyelid to the other to make sure you don't have it settle in any one place. You just kind of have it go in and out and then just kind of blend up. And the purpose of the blending is you want the darker color to blend with the lighter color, so there's no harsh lines. And there's no harshness as everything's like blended together. So after that's done, I'm going to take a much more packed brush. I actually like the brush that comes with the Naked palette. Oh my god, this light is just not cooperating, because this end is very packed and very dense. And that lighting is literally coming right into my window. And then I am going to take this Buzz color right here, right there, which is just a very like purpley, shimmery, sparkly pink. And then I'm going to take that on a very dense brush. The brush that comes with the palette works great. And then I am just going to pack that all over the lid. Like that. Like so. And I go from inner corner to outer corner and then kind of back the other way because I want it to be really even. And then on the outer corner or outer V of my lid, I'm going to take my angled brush, this one, the unique angled brush that I always use, and I am going to take this factory color right here, and it's kind of like this dark brownish purple, and I'm going to take that on my brush, and I have to get really close to see this, and then I'm just going to kind of dab that in the outer corner, and I'm going to pick up a little bit more pigment. Dab that in the outer corner, and then I'm going to kind of come up into the crease just to kind of blend all of that together, so again, nothing is harsh and everything is blended like so. Then I'm going to do the same thing, just grab some of that factory color and just kind of dab it on the outer corner. And I want to dab it there first because that's where I want the majority of the pigment to go. And then I want to take it up onto the crease when I have very little or no more pigment left on my brush, because I don't necessarily want to put more color in the crease. I just want to blend everything out. And that light is really not helping me today. So that is my eyes. Let's see if I can move over. That's a little better. And then I'm going to take my eyeliner pencil. This is the Unique Moodstruck eyeliner. I feel like everything Unique is called Moodstruck. And this is the color Prim, I believe. And I like it because it's just a light brown eyeliner, because black can be a little bit too harsh on me. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to line the top lash line like so. Do the other side. There we go. And that is complete for my eyes for now. And then I'm going to take my same Becca backlighting primer that I always use, because I absolutely love the radiance that this gives me, and just kind of like the glow from within look that it gives me that I am always searching for. And I'm going to kind of put this all over my skin. I do have a couple pesky little breakouts. They are getting better and smaller, but they are still there. My suggestion for breakouts is put like a detoxifying mask on them and kind of let that suck out all the toxins. I know Unique has one. There's some at Sephora. Origins makes one. The one I'm using right now is the Perfectly Posh Cackle Spackle, just because I had it laying around. But I just put a little dab of that on the breakout, and it kind of like sucks all the dirt and oil and whatever's clogging my pores out, and it really does help. Next, I'm going to take my Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. This does really give a beautiful, dewy, natural finish, and it is very full coverage, and this is one of my favorite foundations. So I'm going to take this, and I am going to put it on the back of my hand where I have that primer, because I want to mix some of the leftover primer with my foundation. And then I'm going to mix it with this Unique cream highlighter, just to kind of give, again, more of like a highlighted glow from within, kind of glowing complexion kind of look. So I'm going to mix all of that together, and with my Morphe M439 foundation brush, I am just going to pat everything into the skin. Again, you want to pat, not swipe. And I'm looking for kind of like that angelic, inner radiance, glow from within kind of look. And pat, 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 pat. And I'm going to make sure I get under my neck to make sure I blend on my chin, on my neck, to make sure there's no harshness, and to make sure everything looks blended and everything looks very smooth and flawless, which is the look I'm going for. So, not all of that. And then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of powder into the cap. Take my Morphe E41 powder brush. This is a really big powder brush that will powder your whole face in a very short amount of time. But I'm going to use a very tiny bit, and I'm going to tap up, as you can see, so much of the excess. Because all I want to do with the powder, I don't want to mattify my face too much, although it will mattify it a little bit, is I just kind of want my bronzers and my blush to all blend very seamlessly and smoothly, so that nothing gets like stuck in the foundation or anything like that. So next I am going to take my Morphe R2 brush, which is my bronzer brush, and my Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I am going to take this and then just kind of bronze up my forehead like so. And then I'm going to bronze my cheeks, and I'm also going to bronze the bottom part of my face because I did just recently get spray tanned last night, so I want to make sure that my face looks all one color, and there's nothing that looks like I'm wearing a mask or anything like that, so I'm going to make sure the bronzer is nice and blended in. If you are somebody who spray tans and you don't necessarily want to get a bunch of different colors of foundation, get a good bronzer and just warm your face up when you're freshly spray tanned. And then maybe don't use as much bronzer when you're not. So, next I'm going to go with my blush, and this blush brush has been breaking on me left and right. It applies my blush beautifully, but the handle is breaking and I need a new one. And this is the Morphe E4, and I'm going to see if I can make it not break on me. And this is the unique limited edition powder, like shimmer blush in the color Serene, which is kind of like a light baby pink with a lot of shimmer in it. So I really like this blush on like a day-to-day basis because it makes me not have to use a highlighter, and it still gives me some shimmer, so I really like that. So if I'm just doing kind of a very, not minimal makeup, but if I'm doing a very like basic look, that'll be the blush I go for because it still gives a little something something without being too much. Next, I haven't used this baby in a while, but I feel like this and my Naked 3 palette just kind of go together. This is my Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette, my highlighting palette. I don't know if you can still get these because I have tried to get them and I have not been able to find them anymore. I bought this during the summer sometime, so if you can't still get them, I am sorry, but it is beautiful, and I'm sure you can find shades like this other places. Check Ulta, check Sephora. I'm sure there's something out there like this. Or maybe they'll come back with them. I mean, I know they were a really hot seller when they first came out. So I am going to mix this Kitty Cat color and this Forever Young color. My Forever Lit got everywhere, but I didn't really use that color all that much, so I'm not really all that disappointed. So I'm going to take both of those on my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to hit that cheekbone. Make sure you tap off the excess because these are very intense highlighters, and if you don't tap off the excess, you will be glowing to the heavens. And then I'm just going to, again, hit that cheekbone like that, and then I will be all highlighted. Personally, I only highlight my cheekbones. I don't really do my Cupid's bow or anything, but if you want to, you certainly can. Next, I'm going to do my brows. So I'm going to pick up my Unique brow brush and my brow palette that I need to replace soon because, as you can see, I've hit pan on it. This is like the only thing I ever use when I do my brows. I do have brow pencils, so if I was ever in a pinch, I would just use those. But for now, I'm just going to use my Unique brow powder that matches my brows perfectly. And I'm just kind of filling them in from inner corner to outer corner. Nothing too crazy, nothing too dark, just kind of filling in the sparse areas and making sure that my brows are really like defining my face and that they're not too sparse or too dark or too dramatic. So I'm going to kind of also just kind of comb them and set them down. I mean, that's not really, like, I wasn't using like a brow gel or anything, that was just a powder. So if you want to go in with a brow gel or like a setting wax or something like that to set your brows, by all means do that. Next I'm going to go in with my bottom eyeliner, and I'm just going to use a white eyeliner because I feel like whenever I use dark colors on my waterline, it sometimes tends to close my eyes. So I'm just going to use a white and make them just kind of look more open, wide awake, and fresh. And I'm going to go from outer to inner corner. Not too intensely, just kind of, yeah, I just want to give the impression that I am awake, I'm fresh, and I don't want to close my eyes too much, which if you have very light skin and you use a really dark black eyeliner, especially if you bring it in too far in the inner corner, it can kind of look a little bit like maybe raccoon eyes, or like your eyes are kind of closing in and smaller, and I want to avoid that. So before I do my mascara, I'm going to use my setting spray, my Tarte Ready Set Radiant Setting Spray, and I'm just going to kind of set everything down, and make sure you close your eyes when you do setting spray. So I'm just going to spray in an X and in a capital T. Voila! That is it. And then I am going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. I haven't used this in so long. Like, I got so stuck in a makeup rut and I forgot all of the great products I had in my bag. So I'm just going to kind of coat my lashes on both sides with this. And do the same thing. Put the tube down. Just kind of coat on both sides. And now, whenever you use a white eyeliner, you definitely want to coat your bottom lashes with mascara, otherwise they'll kind of disappear. So I am just going to open my mouth, open my eyes really wide, and just kind of stamp it. Just so you can still see that I definitely do still have bottom lashes. And there is my mascara. And then to finish off the look, I am just going to take my Unique Sitting Pretty lipstick, and I use this whenever I use my Naked 3 palette because it's got, like, look at the swatch. You can barely see that. That was not a good angle to swatch at, but I have foundation on my hand, so right there. It's got a lot of, like, purples and pinks, and it's just a very pretty lipstick to use with this palette. So I'm just going to put some of that on my lips. And because this is almost like a shiny, not glossy, but it's almost like almost a metallic lipstick. It doesn't need a gloss with it because it's already so shiny. So this is my go-to look whenever I'm going to use my Naked 3 palette. And I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. I hope it was somehow inspiring for you. And with that, I am going to get myself ready and get to work. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.